Namaskaram to everybody. Om Namah Shivaya. This on balance for Maha Shiva Rathri, which is coming soon, and we are going to get ready for the great day. It's quite important that we come together and do it consciously, do it with awareness, do it with lots of understanding and devotion and love to merge into Shiva. Let us scope into that and work towards it. So, in that balance, I would like to share the Maha Mrutyunjaya Mantra, which we will be doing at the end of the first kala, upon doing the rest of the Namah Shivaya, which I will be relating to it in a later date, and we'll see through that we go to the Sahasrara, and above the head chakra for the first kala, we will be chanting Triambaka Mantra, the Mrutyunjaya Mantra. So I take great honor to address this and explain this Mrutyunjaya Mantra. Let me just go through what it has to say. Then I will give you the word meaning. And from there, I will proceed to the entire understanding of it, which you will be applying in your consciousness while chanting the mantra. Again, I would like to quote, சொல்லிய பாட்டின் பொருள் உணர்ந்து சொல்லுக. You have to know the meaning of it while chanting it, by which you can merge into it. With that understanding, let's see. Om Triambagam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivartanam Urvarugamiva Vandanat Mrutyor Mukshiya Mamrutati. This Amrtati, Amrta, please let us have the understanding. Amrta means nectar. And there is another explanation, Amrit, deathless. So these two, deathless, Amrta becomes nectar. So what is this nectar? Let us see also. So take the first word. Om, Supreme Cosmic Consciousness, Bindu. Supreme Shiva. Within him lies the Supreme Shakti. Within Shakti lies the entire vibration, the cosmic information, intelligence, everything of this creation is inside this Bindu called Om. So you are directing your awareness towards this Om, which is the supramental, cosmic, primordial sound of this entire creation, which includes you and me and the rest of the beings. They are all vibrations of the same Om. Triambagam. Triambagam. This, from the Siddha wisdom, this Triambaga is said to be the third eye. The third eye is within every human being. That is situated at the midbrain, just within your Agni chakra. If you do a invisible line from your Agni chakra all the way protruding out, another imaginary line from the head all the way down, the meeting point becomes that. So that's the meeting point where the cosmic Shivalinga, the crystal palace, the third eye is. So when you chant Triambagam, bring your attention there. But we'll be doing it above the head. But remember, this is what it secretes. Then comes Yajamahe. We worship, honor. So this worship of the third eye definitely has to be done from within, from your third eye, and visualizing, understanding there is a third eye, and you are worshipping. Definitely it becomes an inner worship. Maha Mrutyunjaya Mantra, it has to become inner worship if you go along with these lines. Sugandhim, sweet fragrance. We will see this line later on. Sweet fragrance inside my consciousness. So where is this fragrance? If a rishi have taken these verses and he should have thought about it, he should have seen it, that he smelled a beautiful fragrance, divine fragrance. It is available, sir, in your consciousness. Then pushti, a well nourished condition. It nourishes you. When you get into this Mrutyunjaya mantra, whatever found within this Triambaga, the third eye of Shiva, whatever the contents within this third eye of Shiva, which is within you, when you connect yourself, Triambagam Yajamahe, worship, by worshipping, by meditating on which this nourishment takes place. Nourishment takes place to your body and mind. Do not chant this for a death ceremony, please. You understand it? It is deathless means what? Being Shiva everywhere, in all conditions, at all places, at all times. This is what it is. Therefore, it is nothing to do with death as such. It is about deathless. Here, the deathless Amritat comes with another meaning called nectar. We will see this. And Vartanam, may you accelerate the energy within which I am applying as awareness towards my third eye. Vartanam, I am accelerating. My consciousness is getting rarefied. My consciousness is getting aligned. When this alignment of consciousness gets to intensity, it crystallizes itself. Then comes Vurva Rugamiva. This is being depicted as a cucumber. Bandhanam. They all drop from the creeper. The cucumber is a creeper family. And this cucumber, which is holding on to the creeper, they drop. What does that mean actually? We will see this. So, Mrutyur Mukshiya, liberate from the death. What is dying? What is changing? The body, mind, the attachments, all these things. With this translation, let us understand in a whole picture what Triambak Mantra means. This I did a translation from word by word translation, see the whole thing. Before going into this, I would like to connect it with one of my Thirumandaram Thirumular verse from 295 from Tantra 1 itself. I have to do it in Tamil, so because the English translation absolutely gave a wrong translation, therefore I have to do it in Tamil. நூல் ஒன்று பற்றி நுனியேற மாட்டாதார் பால் ஒன்று பற்றினார் பண்பின் பயன் கெடும். நூல் ஒன்று பற்றி. Nool is said to be the Shiva Mahaprana, which rise from your Mooladhara chakra all the way above head also. Nool ஒன்று பற்றி. The seeker has to hold on to this நூல் ஒன்று பற்றி, to Shiva Mahaprana, where his soul consciousness, his individual soul consciousness, place the awareness on Shiva Mahaprana, and he have to merge into it and start resonating with Shiva Mahaprana. Therefore, there is a line where the soul enter into Shiva Mahaprana, and this laser-like light, which is there within the spine, keeps on rising and rising and rising, and it connects to the cosmic and merges into that. So now what happens to Triambagam Yajamahe Sugantim? So this Triambagam is the third eye. I can enter into him through my Shiva Mahaprana, which is by the spine, and you place your awareness on this Shiva Mahaprana, and you start worshipping by placing your awareness on Namah Shivaya. So when you merge into it and vibrate this Namah Shivaya mantra, this Namah Shivaya mantra enters into the field of different elements. When you enter into this and rise yourself towards the third eye, Triambakam, and this line must be rising when it is doing that rise as a kripa. Literally, if you are a yogi, you know that you can creep into Shiva Mahaprana as a kripa. And when it gets intensified as light, whatever attachments was there in your consciousness, in mental modification, body modification, everything drops like a cucumber overripe. Everything drops, and you keep on rising towards Shiva Mahaprana. That's what it is said to be bandhanam. Everything drop by itself. You don't have to do anything about dropping. You don't have to do ecstasyism, ascetic, where they run to a jungle. No, by this itself, attachment drop. And that attachment, when it drop, it keeps on concentrating on the Shiva Mahaprana, entering into the midbrain. In the process of entering the earth element, water element, fire element, air element, space element, within which the senses are still alive. You can smell within the consciousness field. This is true. If you are a yogi, as much as you see things outside, you can see consciousness. We hear consciousness. We breathe consciousness. We smell consciousness. In that field, that becomes a field of divine smell of Shiva, and entering into the smell of him. Just imagine what is the degree of your subtlety of your consciousness which can enter into the smell faculty within us. And this refined kripa, which is your kundalini, when it arises and touches the midbrain, it secretes the nectar, and that nectar within which the golden light and everything is there to nourish your mind and body, your senses, and make you celebrate and show gratitude to the human body, which is giving you the moment to experience yourself. Therefore, it nourishes your body and mind by cutting away the cucumber, the attachments, which is holding on to the creeper. Everything drops and you are united. And that's the Mrutyunjaya. I win over death, because there's nothing deathless. There's nothing called death. It's all deathless. And I'm aligning. And this brings you to the most powerful state of enlightenment. And that moment, the ascension is at a peak. The descent, Shiva, has to connect with this, because you are vibrating the most potent sound of what holds in that particular field, which is Shiva's field. This is where you start merging and mingling and experiencing Shiva and start expressing him. So this is the understanding that you should have. Also, would like to tell you something before I end. We will see Namah Shivaya later. There are patterns, you see. So by chanting, if we can visualize the whole process, சொல்லின் சொல்லிய பாட்டின் பொருள் உணர்ந்து சொல்லுக, when you start doing by understanding that this is happening to my consciousness, this is not from the human mental faculty, yeah? It is from an intuitive and an insight mind. That's where you can reach into the third eye. So this insight mind realizes the whole process, and when he do it, he merges into it. Therefore, there is a necessary that we understand what Mrutyunjaya Mantra. It is one of the finest yogic secrets, which happens by itself. You can, if you can consciously use this mantra, it becomes definitely, it has to be deathless. It cannot be wrong because you will know your soul has taken flight above your head and established itself, and you start seeing your own body, mind, and seeing the world as not attached. It happens. It happens. If you can do it consciously, you see. That is why we have engineered it in a way that we are going to chant it above our head. We have engineered it in such a way because when we are doing the different layers of our mantra, Namah Shivaya, Shivaya Namah, Shivaya Shiva, Shivaya, Si, Shivoham, where the body mind is absolutely aligned with the cosmic Shiva, the ascension takes place. From that ascension, we are going to place this deathless, and that's where the descent begins. Thank you for listening. I'll meet you next week with the second mantra, which we are going to use for our second card. With that, thank you so much. I'm expecting many of them to join us for Shivaratri. Om Namah Shivaya.